More and more Australian families have turned to melatonin supplements to help their children get a good night's sleep. But a US-based online retailer has just suspended sales to Australia on the back of a jump in calls to a poisons hotline following a raft of overdose concerns. Dr. Tim Jones is the Chair of Child and Young Persons Health for the Royal Australasian College of General Practitioners and joins us now. Hi there, Tim.
It was good to be talking to you.
So how effective is melatonin in helping kids sleep?
Well, the majority of the data we have really supports melatonin in short-term use, up to 12 weeks, but we have a complete absence of data about using it longer than that. So we don't have enough data to make recommendations as to the safety and effectiveness longer term for kids.
Okay. And do you have a sense of how much it's being used, how many kids are being given it?
We know that about 30% of kids under school age in Australia experience a sleep challenge, and what we've seen over the last 5 years has been a trend towards more and more families initiating melatonin that they're sourcing themselves for their child. And we do have some safety concerns about some of the products available online.
What are those concerns?
There was some research done at the start of this year suggesting that the amount of active melatonin found in some of these supplements can be very variable compared to what is actually advertised. And so there are real concerns that kids might not be getting a safe or appropriate dose.
And you can get it from your GP as well, though, can't you?
Yeah, melatonin is it's approved in Australia for use in kids with autism. And what we're not so sure about is use in kids in the broader population. So we'd always like to see a broad, comprehensive set of strategies to support a child's sleep, not just to focus on one medication.
And is there a difference, Tim, between the melatonin that can be bought online or via a script from your doctor?
There certainly is a difference, Ros. The supplements that are available online are often found in gummy form, which can be really appealing to kids, and several of those calls to poisons hotlines have been younger kids in the family thinking that they're lollies and just taking a large quantity without their parents necessarily being aware. So we're happy to see that there's some steps made to improve the safety of this for everyone.
What about those concerns about overdose then, Tim? What damage can too much melatonin do?
Thankfully, melatonin appears to not be life-threatening in overdose, although we do certainly see kids with significant drowsiness, vomiting, nausea, and so it remains something that we prefer to see not happen at all.
And one US retailer has suspended sales of melatonin to Australia because of these worries over overdosing.
Yes, certainly. As melatonin seems to have been taken up by more and more families around Australia, it's a good example where people are using a product before we have that robust data about how to use it well and safely. So we welcome that there's more regulation of the online space here.
Melatonin is a natural, it's a hormone, isn't it? We produce it in our bodies naturally.
Yes, and like all hormones, it will probably have more effects than we know. We have animal studies proving that melatonin plays a role in fertility. So calling it just a sleep hormone is too simple an explanation for what it's doing in the body.
But for many parents, melatonin is and has been a lifesaver. It allows their child to sleep. You can understand their situation, their frustration. So what's your advice to them?
Look, I spend a lot of my time as a GP working with families to support healthy child sleep. What I've found is that if we've got good fundamental supports for kids' sleep, more than 99 in 100 kids don't need any form of supplementation. But if parents are relying solely on a supplement, rarely have I seen great long-term healthy sleep for those kids. So we'd always encourage that engagement to create a strategy that's going to work long-term for their kids. And as GPs, we love doing that work. We've got lots of good evidence-based resources to back us up.
Dr. Tim Jones, good to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Thanks for your time.